Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Box Office Ricky, with another review. And this week I am reviewing Jay Kelly, the new movie starring Adam Sandler and George Clooney. So, real quick, before I dive into my review, let me go ahead and give a quick synopsis to kind of get you guys up to speed, so we can certainly kind of get a little bit of idea of what this film is about. So, Jay Kelly is a 2025 comedy drama film directed by Noah Baumbach and written by Noah Baumbach and Emily Mortimer. The film stars an ensemble cast that includes George Clooney, Adam Sandler, and Laura Dern and Billy Crudup. So, let's dive into the story here. The story follows a famous actor, George Clooney, as he travels through Europe with his team and manager, Adam Sandler, and reflects on life choices, relationships, and legacy. So, really quick, kind of a quick little before we jump into the film. Sorry, my daughter's here and she's kind of tripping a little bit. I'm just trying to, hey, what you doing over there? All right. So, leave that alone. Stop it! Stop. Okay, so quickly, after completing his latest film, actor Jay Kelly attempts to spend more time with his daughter, Daisy, before she leaves for Europe and begins college. She declines, preferring to travel with friends. Jay learns from his longtime manager, Ron I can't even say it, and that Peter Schneider, the director who launched Jay's career, has passed away. Months later, Snyder had asked Jay to attach his film to a new project to secure financing, which Jay refused. After the funeral, Jay meets Tim Galligan, his former acting school roommate, and the two go for drinks where they reminisce about their lives. The conversation turns hostile when Tim accuses Jay of stealing the part that made him famous. The two have a fist fight in the parking lot, leaving Jay injured. And so from here, really quick, say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Okay, she wants to talk about Five Nights at Freddy. I've seen Five Nights at Freddy. Don't want to talk about it. Okay. All right, just hold on 1 second, sweetie. So he gets into this fist fight with his old roommate from college or whatever, and from there his life kind of turns into a tailspin. He starts to reflect. Because his roommate kind of tells him, like, you're a real POS, you're a real terrible person, and yada, yada. And, George Clooney has relationship issues with his daughter. I have issues with this kid. She's a little cray-cray. And from there, you start to kind of go on this journey about regret. And throughout, he goes to Europe to go spend time with his daughter that doesn't want to spend time with him. He makes up an excuse. There's this big award tribute that's going to be given to him, and really it's the big theme of this movie is the price of fame. And I think what is really interesting is kind of this idea that it's not an idea that I think is just solely for Hollywood actors. I think it's an idea for anybody that spends a lot of time sacrificing time with their family to sacrifice time for financial success or success in whatever. And what the movie ultimately accumulates to at the very end is that those things will not, when you're on your deathbed and when you're about to take your final breath, the only thing that that is going to matter is the amount of time that you spent with your family, and not success and how much things you built or how much money you made. What's going to matter, your last final thoughts, what's really going to matter to you is those things. And I thought that was really beautiful overall. Like, I thought that was a really kind of cool theme. And, here's a little bit of a spoiler, but the movie ends with George Clooney turning to camera and saying, can I get another one? And, from an actor standpoint, that you hear actors always say, like, can I do another take, right? And I think what he's referring to in this film is, can I get a redo? Can I get another one on life? And that is something that, as a 43-year-old man myself, I'm starting to think about and reflect about. Is, I'm starting to think about, oh my God, I'm 43 years old, and there's so much that I haven't accomplished yet, and there's a lot of things I'm missing, and I didn't achieve them, and oh my goodness, I should have done this, should have spent more time with that, should have spent more time with this one, and I just think that's a really beautiful theme. So overall, and so real quick before I actually say the next thing, is what I think is interesting. I think this is sort of like a love letter from George Clooney, because I think there's things there, like, I imagine this is a personal story for, he must relate to, where he's probably sacrificed many years being an actor, many years traveling, trying to do the thing that he loved. And he even says it himself in this movie, that the only way that he's able to achieve, he says this to his daughter, that the only way that he's able to achieve the success he had was to sacrifice the relationship with his family and his kids and his marriage. And what's interesting about that is, like, wow, like, I wonder if that's him saying, in order for me to be George Clooney, I had to sacrifice a lot of things. And I think he's kind of, there's a little bit of a debate in his head, is like, man, was it worth it? And at the end of the day, like I just said, when you're on your deathbed, no, it's not worth it. You want to show the camera what you got? Here, yeah, we got it right here. Here's the camera. There we go. She drew a heart, I think. Yeah, a heart and a triangle. I don't know. That's very cryptic, but awesome. Okay, so I'm wrapping up my review here real quick. Give me 1 second, sweetie. So last what I'll say, okay, so did I love the film? I enjoyed it. I don't know if I would go to the movie theaters to see it, which I'm glad it's on Netflix. The other thing I'll say is, I'm not, the Adam Sandler character does not really work for me. And I think the relationship that I can compare it to, this film is sort of like, you have the star and then the person that helps keep the star in line. And it's very similar to, I think, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, where Leo is the star and Brad Pitt is the secondary character, or not secondary. He's certainly not secondary by billing, but he's sort of like the kind of the character that is, not as famous in the story and is very much like attached to the main person, and the relationship is the star feeds off that other person, and the other person feeds off the star. And for whatever reason, like, I don't know why, Adam Sandler does not really work for me in this film, and I think also the film doesn't really help him. It gives him a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of character development, but I don't feel like there's enough. Hold on, baby, I'm almost done. I don't think there's enough there to really make me very interested in the character, and I don't know. I just don't think the Adam Sandler character works for me. And also, too, the last thing I'll say is, there's a lot of other characters that kind of just come in here in this film, like Laura Dern, for example. She's in this movie. She's sort of in and out. Her existence is sort of like, I don't understand, and a little bit, I think, undercooked. So there's things in this movie that are like, stop soon. There's things in this movie that are just in there and don't really help. I don't know. It just didn't really do anything for me. So ultimately, I did enjoy the film. I thought George Clooney did a phenomenal job. I mean, if this was his last film, it would make a lot of sense, because there's a lot there that I am pulling from and I'm digging. Yeah, so overall, guys, that is my overall thoughts of Jay Kelly. Let me know what you guys thought about it, if you guys were able to check it out, if it was worth checking out. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's a little bit of over a 2-hour movie, so it's a little bit long, but overall, I thought it was really good. So that is my review. Thank you so much, guys. Now, I'll end this by saying, it's Box Office Ricky here. In a world where you can be anything, why not be kind to each other, okay? So I'll see you guys later. Penny, you want to say bye? Box Office Penny, say bye. Bye. Oh, you got it. Come this way. Okay. Bye. Bye. Oh my God, I'm stealing that from Smartlist. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everything you guys do.
And even you watch Buddies too.
Oh.
And
5 Nights at Freddy too.